I ain't have that shit going the whole time. I had it on private. It's always something. It's like, no, I don't care. I am not in a rush. That's what God's been showing me, to slow down. He's been showing me to slow down. I'm telling you, that's been the theme. Slow down, slow down, slow down. You are in no rush. No. I'm trying to see if this shit is on public or private because it should be clicking. Okay, now it's on. Okay, now it's working. I just had to make sure before I get to talking again. And then I got to do some research. God gave me some research today that I got to do. I found this quarter, and it's a special quarter. It has New Mexico on it, and it has 2008. So there's some stuff. New Mexico 1912, Land of the Enchantment 2008. Um, I gotta see what he wants me to look up. He wants me to look some shit up. But I'm gonna do that in a second. We're gonna do Bible studies today too. We're gonna do that here in a second. I think I want to do it outside, but we're definitely gonna do Bible study. We're doing a haul. So I went shopping today. I went to a smoke shop. Love you too. This is a rolling kit. This is an ashtray. It says good vibes, and this is to put my weed and stuff in. And then I was in the middle of saying like I don't smoke blunts anymore because of the tobacco free. So I gotta start eliminating tobacco little by little. And I figure at least start with the blunts and the rose petals. I love these. These are the most, and they burn good. They're better than backwoods. They burn better than backwoods. They're thicker. They're not flimsy. You can roll some fat ass blunts. You can roll smaller blunts, and it's still gonna be cool. Like it's thick. Like these is way better than tobacco. Never smoking tobacco again. What else did I get? Oh, I got to do some motherfucking spell work because I've been going through spiritual warfare lately. I got a little clip so I don't burn my nails. Halo Santo chips for good vibes. This is how you get rid of the bad energy. This is how you bring in the good energy. I'm not gonna say it here because it's gonna set this motherfucking smoke alarms off. I'm gonna do this when I get home. I just wanted to show y'all. But you use this to get rid of the bad spirits, and you use this to cleanse the good spirits. And this isn't witchcraft. This is shit our ancestors use, like the natives. This ain't no motherfucking witchcraft. You've been brainwashed. Who calls it witchcraft? The colonizers. Why are we listening to anything that they fucking say about anything? They had us in fucking shackles and fed our babies to the alligators. And then we got the road trip mushroom chocolate bar. Back on the journeys. I'm not taking this right now, though. I'm taking it till later. Taking it later. And then, guys, you know, I've been saying I really, really, really wanted to find something to do a Bible cover. I found a Bible cover and it has Mary. I'm pretty sure this is Mary. I think. I don't know who that is. I think that's Mary. I don't know. I think so. But it's for my Bible. 'Cause I told y'all my shit was falling apart and I take this everywhere. So now I can protect it from all the pages, for any more pages ripping off. And I got it from there too. It says Raffaello Saniso. I gotta look up who this is. Because this is a clue too. Oh, and when I was in the store, I should have took a video. I seen cards. I seen the magician. I seen something that said bye, like the end. I seen the high priestess, and I seen the devil. And it was the devil standing next to the high priestess. It's like we're facing each other. It's like me versus him. I swear it was the high priest. I should have took a video, but I really don't be giving a fuck if y'all believe me or not, because who the fuck are y'all? Oh, you think I'm a liar? Who the fuck are you? And that's gonna change my life. How? And then we went to the dispensary. I got some. This is called the Standard Caribbean Derbs. I got this Alien Technology Rest. Oh, this is for rest. All in one, timeless. This is a good vase. This is for sleep. I need to stop hitting this motherfucker. It's a sleep one. It's a rest one. It's a nice one. It's cute. Alien technology. So I was right. Oh, I think I know what that was saying. What it's saying. It's purple. Alien technology. I understand. They saying basically they got me. I got a cute little grinder. I got some moon rocks. Thank you. I love it. And that's what God said. To whom that gives is to whom that receives. Do you know how many motherfucking businesses I support? To whom that gives a lot receives a lot. Don't hate me because you ain't. Motherfuckers start making up rumor. How the fuck are you gonna make up a rumor about me and I don't talk to anybody? Where are you getting your sources from? I don't fuck with none of y'all. I don't even be knowing y'all's fucking names. Who the fuck are you? Like, jealous assholes. Anyways, good vibes, good vibes. You could never live my life. If you're evil as fuck because of your life, you could never walk in my shoes. If you're miserable because of your life, Imagine mine, and I'm still rainbows and sunshine. All right, what are we about to do? I kind of want to do Bible study because I haven't done it all day. And I know God likes when I start off early because when we do it in the morning, it sets the tone for the day. And it might stop people from making dumbass choices. You know, we started before they ask and even making choices. For real. I know that's why I like when I do it in the morning. But we did get our nails done today. So we can do this now. This is something that he wanted me to read. I was supposed to read this, I think, 2 days ago, but Bible study got kind of long. So this is Sarah's burial place. It says incredible, and I need to get my laptop out of that bag because I need to Google this quarter. We might as well do it all together. It says incredible blessings and multiply your descendants into countless thousands and millions like the stars above you in the sky and like the sands along your seashore. These descendants of yours will conquer their enemies and be a blessing to all the nations of the earth, all because you have obeyed me. So they returned to his young men and traveled home again to Beersheba. After this message arrived, that Milcah, the wife of Abraham's brother Nahor, had borne him 8 sons. Their names were Uz the eldest, Buz, Kemal, Ches, Jidlaph, Bethiel. He also had 4 other children from his concubine, Rama, and then it says from his concubine, Ruma, Taba, Gahan, Tahash, Makkah. When Sarah was 127 years old, she died in Hebron in the land of Canaan. It says, when Sarah was 127 years old, she died in Hebron in the land of Canaan. There Abraham mourned and wept for her. Then standing beside her body, he said to the men of Heath, here I am, a visitor of a foreign land with no place to bury my wife. Please sell me a piece of ground for this purpose. Certainly the men replied, for you and an honored prince of God among us, it will be a privilege to have you choose the finest of our sepulchres so that you can bury her there. Then Abraham bowed low before them and said, since this is your feeling in the matter, be so kind as to ask Ephron, Zaphar's son, to sell me that cave of Machpelah down at the end of his field. I will, of course, pay full price for it. Whatever is publicly agreed upon, and it will become a permanent cemetery for my family. Ephron was sitting there among the others, and now he spoke up, answering Abraham as the others listed, speaking publicly before all the citizens of the town. Sir, he said to Abraham, please listen to me. I will give you the cave and the field without any charges here in the presence of my people. I give it to you for free. Go and bury your dead. Abraham bowed again to the men of Heth and replied to Ephron, as all listed, no, let me buy it from you. Let me pay the full price of the field, and then I will bury my dead. Well, the land is worth 400 pieces of silver, Ephron said. But what is that between friends? Go ahead and bury your dead. So Abraham paid Ephron the price he had suggested, 400 pieces of silver, as publicly agreed. This is the land he paid. This is the land he bought. Ephron's field at Machpelah, near Mamre, at the cave of the trees in the field. They became his permanent possession at the agreement in the presence of the men of Heth at the city gate. So Abraham buried Sarah there, and the field and cave deeded him by the men of Heth as the burial plot. Abraham was now a very old man, and God blessed him in every way. One day Abraham said to his household administrator, who was his oldest servant, swear by Jehovah, the God of the heaven and the earth, that you will not let my son marry one of those local girls, these Canaanites. Go instead to my homeland, to my relatives, and find a wife for him there. But suppose I can't find a girl who will come so far from home, the servant asked. Then shall I take Isaac there to live among your relatives? No, Abraham warned. Be careful that you don't do that under any circumstance. For the Lord God of heaven told me to leave that land and my people and promised to give me my children in this land. He will send his angel on ahead of you, and he will see to it that you find a girl from there to be my son's wife. But if you don't succeed, then you are not free from this oath. But under no circumstances are you to take my son there. So the servant vowed to follow Abraham's instructions. He took with him 10 of Abraham's camels, loaded with samples of the best of everything his master owned, and journeyed to Iraq to Naor's village. There he made the camels kneel down outside the town beside a spring. It was evening, and the women of the village were coming to draw water. O Jehovah, the God of my master, he prayed, show kindness to my master Abraham and help me to accomplish the purpose of my journey. See, here I am standing beside the spring, and the girls of the village are coming out to draw water. This is my request. When I ask one of them for a drink, and she says, yes, certainly I will water your camels too. Let her be the one you have appointed as Isaac's wife. This is how I will know. As soon as he is still speaking to the Lord about this, a beautiful young girl named Rebecca, this is what I read about Rebecca. This is who God said I was. Rebecca. It says, arrived with a water jug on her shoulder and filled it at the spring. Her father was Bethuel, the son of Naor, and his wife Milcah. Running over her, the servant asked her for a drink. Certainly, sir, she said, and quickly lowered the jug for him to drink. Then she said, I'll draw water for your camels too, until they have enough. So they emptied the jug into the watering trough and ran down to the spring again and kept carrying water to the camels until they had enough. The servant said no more, but watched her carefully to see if she would finish the job, so that he would know whether she was the one. Then at last, when the camels finished drinking, he produced a quarter-ounce gold earring and two 5-ounce golden bracelets for her wrist. Whose daughter are you, miss? He asked. Would your father have any room to put us up for the night? My father is Bethuel, the son of Milcah, the wife of Naor, she replied. Yes, we have plenty of straw and food for the camels, and a guest room. The man stood there for a moment with head bowed, worshiping Jehovah. Thank you, Lord, God of my master, Abraham, he prayed. Thank you for being so kind and true to him, and for leading me straight to the family of my master's relatives. The girl ran home to tell her folks, and when her brother Laban saw the ring and the bracelets on his sister's wrist and heard her story, he rushed out to the spring where the man, and I want to finish this. But let me go back because I know exactly what he's being said. There's some certain parts that broke down, but I didn't want to stop in the middle. So he said, incredible blessings and to multiply your descendants into countless thousands and millions like the stars above you into the sky. So he was basically saying there's a lot of blessings coming. Then he said that your descendants, these descendants of yours will conquer their enemies. So we're going to win. It says, and be a blessing to all the nations of earth. So it's going to be to benefit everybody, all because you have obeyed me. He says, so they turned to his young men and traveled home to Beersheba. After this message arrived, Milcah, the wife of Abraham's brother Nahor, had borne him 8 sons. All right, we already read that. It says, when Sarah was, okay, we already know about Sarah dying, 127 years old. They ended up buying land, and it said that all the ancestors would be buried in the same place. And he said, for 400 pieces of silver. That's a significant number. Um, these are instructions from God. Like, this is what we're supposed to do. Um, It says, Abraham was now a very old man, and God blessed him in every way. One day, Abraham said to his household administrator, who was his oldest servant, swear by Jehovah, the God of heaven and earth, that you will not let my son marry any of these local girls. And this is the part that it's talking about. The local girls are the girls that are already in the industry. That's what he's talking about. And so far away from home. Who's so far away from everybody? And then when it's talking about feeding the camels, it's not a coincidence that it's water, because water always comes up for me. But what he meant by camels is, not only was I willing to look out for you, but I was willing to look out for anybody that was attached to you. And he called them camels because they're like pets. You have to take care of them. They bring nothing to the table but a ride. They're like animals. And I was even able trying to put a little water on their tank. Yeah, yeah. That's why God chose me. You wanted to shut my water off. I wanted to give you some of mine. We're not the same. That's why it'll never be you. But that means God wants me to keep reading that Rebecca, because I told y'all that's what when I was listening to his stories last night, that's what came up. Rebecca ends up being the favorite. It's like, so basically, the king ends up calling this whole thing where he ends up getting all these virgins, bringing them to, like, I don't know, the castle, I guess. And basically, he has to get to know all of them. And in the process of getting to know them, they're going through all these beauty rituals, like getting their hair, their perfume. They're like doing spiritual rituals, trying to cleanse themselves. They're all virgins. And it said that the king would probably like have to date each and every single one of them and probably sleep with them. But he said that basically, like, most of them wouldn't get a call back. Like, it would just be like a hit it and, like a short time, not a long time type of thing. Which, so that's why God is like, don't be mad, because that's what he's been doing this whole time, trying to find a match. And none of them were matches. So you can't even be mad, because this is what God said. He didn't play y'all. You just wasn't it. This is what God said would happen. And some of y'all wasn't fucking virgins either, so you knew that was never gonna happen. He said it has to be a virgin. This is spiritual. Who gives a fuck what your flesh wants? This is what God wants. And I don't care about anybody's opinion, because you're not God. Nobody has to say but him. And I was right. I told you, anybody that ever got into the way of me and this man's relationship either got sick, went broke, or passed away. And that's on both sides. That's not just me. I seen plenty of bitches go broke, lose it all, get sick, pass away. Anybody who has ever come in between our relationship, something bad happened to their ass. Since 2008. No, really, since 90 something. Cause think about it. A lot of them bitches that was around in the 90s are doing bad. Literally. So no, I don't worry. Bitches think they're beefing with me. Whole time they're beefing with God. Da 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 da. Secret weapon activate. No, I can't. We can talk now, and then we're gonna do an investigation. We're gonna do an investigation on this quarter. I gotta look up 1912. I wonder if he's telling me. See, I have to look up and see when this shit. 1912. I think he's telling me that's when HIV started. In New Mexico. Because you remember how I was trying to figure out when it started? And I told you, I know it was around in the 30s because people were telling me when they got it. I think it started in 1912 in New Mexico. And you have to think about it. New Mexico, Mexico, whatever, that is a spiritual place. There's a lot of shit that went down, especially their ancestors. They were into a lot of witchcraft and a lot of shit back in them days. It's not witchcraft, but because what we think is witchcraft is not witchcraft. They were into sacrificing animals, and which is in the Bible, but not you're not supposed to do that shit for the devil. You're supposed to do it for God. Like they sacrificed goats and did burnt offering. Like that is real. People sacrifice their kids, and if God told them to do like that is real. But you're not supposed to be sacrificing them to the devil. You're supposed to be sacrificing them to God, and it's only when he tells you to do it. Not just because you want a fucking new car. And that's why he's saying you think you're sacrificing to the devil, but you're really trying to sacrifice to him. He's just not accepting the sacrifices. That's what he's been trying to tell you. All this shit that you guys have been doing is not working. The bad stuff that's happening is from him. It's not from your sacrifices. He's basically saying you're powerless. It's not working. Stop. That's what he was saying. Yes, it talks about he told the one guy he tested his faith. And that's why I'm saying the story could change because God changes his heart. Sometimes he'll say some shit just to scare you for you to act to get your shit together. Because and the story could change. He did tell the one guy that he had to kill his son, but then he just wanted to see if he would obey, and then he ended up letting his son live. He hasn't showed me that story yet, but he probably wants to see if this little bitch is going to get her shit together. It could change, but you have to change. That is in the Bible. I know that story. He was testing the man's faith to see if he would listen to anything he said. And then he ended up not killing the son. It was just a test. So you never know. That's why you gotta be a good person. Could be a test. Not a prank, but sometimes he wants to see how faithful you are. If he tells you to do something hard, even that doesn't make sense, he wants to see if you'll listen. even if it's something that's hard, something that might hurt you. And if you listen, he might reward you. Typically, he will, as long as you listen. So, yeah, I don't know. He hasn't put that story on my heart yet because she probably hasn't changed. I'm assuming she's still doing the same shit. I am too. And that's where we got so lost from the Bible. God gave us the Bible to see how we were supposed to live life. And we pick and choose what we want to follow in the Bible because modern society has told us that living with the Bible is crazy. Living like the Bible is crazy. You are now seen as crazy for following the Bible. When the whole point of why God gave us the Bible was to follow the instructions in the Bible. This is how he wanted us to live. But it's crazy to follow the Bible. No, you're just lost. And it's okay. I was too. Deeply, deeply. And my life reflected it. My life reflected it. I used to drink to numb the pain. I used to do all types of shit to try to numb the shit. I don't even drink no more. That's how I know. Shit that used to upset me, I used to drink about. Now I just deal with that shit head on. Swear to God. I don't even be wanting to drink no more. That's when I knew God made a change in me. And I think that's why I get sick every time I drink. He doesn't want me to drink no more. Even if I have a small drink, guys, I feel sick. Like I had one lemon drop from Applebee's a couple weeks ago. I might have had two. I think that's what I did. I had two. Did I have one or two? I don't remember. I had one or two. And I came back to the room. I was sick. I had to lay down for the rest of the night. I finally felt better, but I'm like, damn, I used to drink a couple of these and be cool. No, I was sick. And I hate the feeling of being drunk. It don't feel like it used to feel. And it probably has a lot to do with how much closer I am with God now. That shit do not feel good. It used to be fun. I used to turn up, dance. That shit makes me queasy. I'd be more hype off of weed than I'd be off of drinking. That shit is crazy. And I know somewhere on earth they was smoking this good weed. This shit is supposed to be medicinal. It is. It's a plant. The only reason why they demonize weed is because at one point in time they couldn't put taxes on it. And guess what? Now they're able to put taxes on it because they legalized it. The only reason why it was demonized is because the government could make no fucking money off of it. But it's such a big industry. Now they figured out a way how to do it. But I honestly think that this is why the weed quality went down. Because, I don't know. It's like people don't be having it no more or what. But I don't know what's going on. But the weed quality definitely went down. And I wonder if that has to do with like the earth. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Think about not even just the weed quality. Think about the vegetables and think about how you have to go to like a farmer's market to really get some good ass vegetables. Like some real fat ass tomatoes and you know what I'm saying? Think about it. I think the soil quality is probably about shot. I'm just a nerd. I be thinking about like the scientific facts behind it. Like, why is the weed so different than what it was at one point? Did we make too many strands? I don't know. I wonder if aliens smoke. Do they smoke the devil's lettuce? It's really not, but you know that's what they be calling shit. It's really not. It's a plant. And that's how you be knowing what the difference is. Anything that's natural that comes out of the ground that you don't gotta do nothing to, alcohol don't just grow out of the ground. It's a whole process to make it. That's how you can be telling the difference. And I damn sure don't think that we supposed to be. I don't know what God intended for opioids, because everything on earth has some sort of use. That's why he made it. But I damn sure don't think we were supposed to be even taking that shit medically. Don't get me wrong, that sounds like a legalized drug dealer. Mm, I know somebody who passed away from that. They're like a cousin to me. Like we call each other cousin because we like, small around each other. Our peoples are cousins. Her mom, I remember the last time I hung out with them. She got into a bad car accident and she ended up getting prescribed opioids for her back pain because her back pain was so bad. And she ended up getting addicted to them. And then when her prescription ran out, her prescription ran out and she started taking the real shit. And that's how she passed away. She overdosed. I wonder how many people that has happened to. That's why I say, the government got a lot of shit that's coming their way. That's all I'm saying. They better start talking to God. Oh, has he seen it all? Better start telling you. You better start talking to God. If you don't believe in him, this is now you don't got nothing to lose. You might want to give it a chance. Cause look at where Bow got your ass. In shambles. That's crazy. I'm starting to get a little hungry. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then you know how they be saying that, about the pesticides and stuff? We really don't know the effects of the pesticides. I feel like even if they were much worse than what they say, they would never tell us the truth. They would never tell us the truth until it was absolutely too late. 100 years later, if you've been a victim of pesticides and you have a lung cancer, back back pain, knee pain, the gout, like you know how they start naming all these things, please call for a $50 settlement. I swear they never tell us until it's too late. When by the time they tell us something, know that it is far worse than what they're really telling you. And they've known for a long time. They just don't have a choice but to tell you because it's going to come out anyway. And that's how I knew. HIV had to be around for a long time because I remember when they started talking about it in the early 2000s and the 90s. That means that that has been a problem for a minute. It just wasn't that bad. And then this is like not me trying to be, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I think when it became a problem is when they start talking about it. I think it was a small, I think it was kind of like a controlled problem, like a small group of people had it. But then everybody started doing everything with everybody. You are the person that your partner sleeps with, and eventually the shit just carries. And unfortunately, people lie, and a lot of people are manipulative and won't tell you. And yeah, it's crazy. But one thing I know is God never puts you through any situation without a reason. So it's to make you a better person, literally. And then it's like, not to say it in a way like that, but I also kind of feel like maybe he let it happen to so many people so that it wouldn't be so shameful. You know what I mean? Like, I think he let it happen to so many people so that you wouldn't have so much shame. Because God doesn't like that. Like, he doesn't like you to be shameful or like weary. So, I don't know. But there's always a purpose for everything, even the bad. Some of it is because you deserve it. Some of it is not because you deserve it. Like them people in Gaza, they ain't did nothing. That shit is just from their ancestors. They were cursed. And unfortunately, that's why we're trying to tell you. The shit that you do goes on to your children. You could be a fucked up individual and your kids ain't never did nothing, and now your kid's life is gonna be shit because of the stuff you did. Your ancestors. You will curse your motherfucking people by the shit that you do. And that's what I'm saying. It don't just go on you, it goes on your generations. And unfortunately, they didn't do anything. They were just paying the price of their ancestors. They haven't done nothing wrong. Literally. Oh, let me Google this real quick before we go outside and smoke. While I got my laptop on. I'm about to Google something and then we about to go outside. Yeah. But that's why I always like people want to know like how you can tell. Get a relationship with God. I'm telling you, if you start talking to God every day, start telling him what's going on in your life. Start telling him how you like if you really trying to turn back to him, start telling him the shit that you're tired of doing. Start telling him of the shit that's going on. Start asking him, God, help me. Get me out of this situation. What do I do? And he will help you. But once you start talking to God, nigga, anybody that does anything to you, he'll reveal it to you. He'll reveal it to you. I'm telling anybody that does anything to me, something bad happens in their house. And that's exactly how I knew. He will reveal it. I used to then put two and two. Whenever people would tell me stuff that was going on in their life, that's why he always lets me see it. He lets me see it every time. He always lets me see it. I'm telling you, it'd be crazy. He lets me see it. All right, New Mexico, recognizing the data territory, became the 47th U.S. state. 2008. That's something. That is something happened. Designated, signed by President William Howard Taft, the 47th U.S. state. Land of enchantment. 912. This is significant. Why is this significant? Hold on, I'm about to do a little digging. Mhm. This is what I want me to read. How long is this? I mean, we really don't got nothing else to do. Because this is who pays my bills. So if this is what you want me to read, then I will. It just looks. Well, my man pays my bills, but he pays my man's bills, so therefore he pays our bills. Just had to clarify that. Oh, Hell Doggo. Hell Doggo, I remember that movie. See, God put that on. I watched that movie as a kid. I'm telling you, man, God really do be putting shit. I'm telling you. I remember that movie. I just don't remember what it was about. So we're going to read some of this and then we're going to read it in section because for some reason this is important. It says by the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo ending the Mexican War, made public in Washington on July 4th, 1848. So July 4th. That is a significant. Okay, by the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo ended the Mexican War, made public in Washington on July 4th, 1848, the United States achieved its principal objectives: the acquisition of New Mexico and California in recognition of the Rio Grande as Texas' southern boundary, along with new territory. The nation also acquired an alien population and a basque of prickly problems. There were even blunt spokesmen who went as so far as to suggest that the United States had made a bad bargain in annexing New Mexico. Some years after the Civil War, General William T. Sherman, who heartily disliked the arid country and the people of the Southwest, was quoted as saying that the United States ought to declare war on Mexico and make it take back New Mexico. One result of such hostility was that New Mexicans, for the more than 60 years, were repeatedly checkmated in their efforts to achieve statehood. This resulted in their land remaining as U.S. territory until 1912, with officials appointed from Washington. Upon that vexation were piled others' problems, with hostile Indians and outlaws, problems of education and economics, difficulties involving land and water rights, and territorial boundaries. A central issue was the uphill job of adapting to a new pace of pattern of life, one ruled by a different philosophy. A country and people so unlike the rest of the United States seemed to have a poor chance of adjusting to the militant demands of American patriotism and economic nationalism. Yet things were not as black as they appeared. The New Mexicans, like most pioneers, were accustomed to living by luck and hope. They possessed some foreign traits of character, often overlooked by the American newcomers, that promised to see them through their hard times of their territorial days. The Americans entered New Mexico in the late 1840s and 1850s, were small in numbers but large in influence. New merchants came and established of regular stagecoach and freight service with the East stimulated business. The ranks of military swelled with the construction of Fort Union in 1851 and Fort Stanton in 1855 on the Indian frontier. Besides the merchants and soldiers, they were the lawyers in frock coats and batwing collars. They descended in swarms after the conquest, eager for political power and a slice of New Mexico's vast real estate, which represented in the country's most visible wealth. The influential Padre Antonio Jose Martinez of Teos, a man of great intellectual gifts and social consciousness, likened the hastily contrived American government in New Mexico to a burrow, adding ruefully, on this burrow, lawyers will ride, not priests. The state of New Mexico politics in the period following the New Mexican War was ready-made for lawyers and opportunists of all sorts to jockey for advantage. The assassination of Governor Charles Bent and the collapse in 1847 of the civil government created by Kermey left the area under virtual military rule. That situation continued over the next 7 years, while Congress debated New Mexico's future political status. In the meanwhile, persons of the Rio Grande broke into two opposing camps: the supporters of a territorial form of government and the advocates of immediate statehood. and the main Anglo-Americans, being in the minority, favored the territorial system. If the New Mexico stayed a territory, its principal officials would be appointed in Washington. For that reason, the Hispanic majority tended to lean towards statehood, which the right to elect their own officials. They could easily put native New Mexicans in the highest offices. Establishing borders. I'm gonna read a little bit more and then I'm gonna smoke. The Compromise of 1850, among other things, provided for the organization of New Mexico as a territory. The compromise also resolved another complicated matter, an old Texas claim to that portion of the New Mexico lying east of the Rio Grande for $10 million compensated provided by the United States government. Texas relinquished her claim, thus paving the way for the establishment of a permanent boundary with New Mexico. The territory, as organized in 1850, included the New Mexico and Arizona later years, and part of the southern Colorado. New Mexico's southern border with Mexico was less easily settled. In accordance with the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, a joint boundary commission was organized and began in July 1849. The task of surveying a dividing line between the two nations. The U.S. surveyors working with the commission also had instructions to look for a practical railroad route to the Pacific, close to the boundary, and and ascertain the agricultural possibilities of the new country. In the course of the boundary work, it was discovered that the map used to establish the original treaty line had been inaccurate and that the border would in fact have to be placed 30 miles farther north. That slip meant withdrawing 5 or 6,000 square miles from the United States and losing a potentially rich farming district in Mesilla Valley. Before a serious dispute could develop, the American minister to Mexico, James Gaddison, negotiated in 1853 the treaty that bears his name, providing for the purchase of a large tract of desert land in southern New Mexico. The area offered an advantage route for a transcontinental railway entirely on American soil, and the acquisition concluded the final adjustment of our border with Mexico. The gold rush to the Rockies and the ensuing boom in population led to the formation of the Colorado Territory in 1861. As a result, New Mexico lost ground for its northern boundary was pulled back to the parallel of 37 degrees. The reduction meant the territory was derived of a valuable coal mining area around Trinidad of jurisdiction of their outermost settlements in the upper San Luis Valley created by New Mexico in the previous decade. In these early years of adjusting to its new place in the Union, New Mexico absorbed a respectable quota of adventurers, gamblers, spectators, renegade whiskey peddlers from the eastern states, but it also got a share of those upright, intelligent citizens representing the glue that held the democratic society together and gave us its strength. I think I know what he's saying. New Mexico. I don't think he literally means New Mexico. I think he means like newness. Like, this is what's on it. It says New Mexico, Land of Enchantment, 2008, which I need to look up 2008 because '08 is a big year. That's the year I got married. It says, "In God we trust." Silver. I think he wants us to go back to silver and gold. He said 400 in silver. This is demonic. This has a president on it. This is an idol. This is demonic. Yeah. He wants us to get rid of money. He wants us to go back to silver and gold. When he says get rid of all idols, he means every single idol. Statues, Grammys, all that shit. Gotta go. That's what he meant when he said by your little award. When he was talking shit, he said, "Whoa, look at your blue little award." All right, let's go outside and let's go smoke. Let's go outside and let's go smoke. I swear I heard somebody talking shit, but if you know who I am and I have no clue who you are, you might need to go get therapy. You might want to go get help. Don't be mad because that guilt is eating your ass alive. Your life fucking sucks. Trust me. I know. I want to bring my ashtray. I'm doing good. I'm about to go outside and smoke, and then we're gonna do some more Bible study. And then I got a couple things I want to do. Got some content to make. If I let my phone charge up, we might do some singing out loud outside. So I don't get no complaints because I can tell it's some hating motherfuckers here today. I can already tell. You better bust that if you're gonna pull it out. I love when I get to be mean. I'm the wrong person to be mean to. Bitch, I've been holding that in all day. I love when it's my turn. Hi. You better bust that if you're gonna pull that. What did Nas say? If the shoe fits, this one is for you, bitch. What's that shit called? That's my shit. What's that shit called? Nas featuring AZ. It's on his new album. Nah. Uh, hold on. Damn. They got so much music. I never realized how much I like Nas's music either. I like old school music. When I should be playing, I got the most firest playlist on my iPad. It be playing all these old cuts I never heard of before. I'd be like, yes, I am tired of listening to the same shit every day. I need something new. I don't think this is the album. No, I don't think this is the album I'm looking for. Is this? No. These damn sunglasses are gonna be the death of me. Maybe this is it. Okay, this is it. I cannot find the song I'm looking for. I'm so annoyed. I know if I go on my thingy, I can find it. Okay, this is not it. We're getting close. My story, your story. So I know we're getting close. What the hell is this? Sorry. No, it's not on here. Man. Hold on. My phone ain't doing nothing anyway. Shit. Hold on. I'll exit off real quick. It's only 5 motherfuckers. I gotta find this motherfucking song. Like shit. Get dusty. You need to be bitch slapped. I felt that. That's why I'm gonna let God do it, so I don't go to prison. It's called the amaretto. Or I'm about to start being just as mean to people as they are to me. I just gotta do it in a classy way. I swear to God, that shit is not sliding no more. I'm about to start making bitches feel just as uncomfortable as they think that they're trying to make me. Bitch, I don't hate my life. Swear, don't even try it unless you want your motherfucking feelings hurt. Cause I don't stop either. I could go all day. It's strapless, clearly. All right, thank you. Marilyn Monroe moment. I realized that I dress like all the 90s it girls that I wanted to be when I was a kid. That's what really influences my style because I was too young to wear a lot of this shit. I'm outside. Beef with yourself. Every week, it be somebody else. Lames are offended. It comes to my words. If I said it, I meant it. If the shoe fits, this one is for you, bitch. You're dusty. Need to be bitch slapped. Speak on me like I'm a bitch or something? That's my shit. It's called the Amaretta. It's one of my favorite songs on the album. There's a couple songs I like on there, but that's my favorites. This is the one I listen to over and over. Thank you. Amazon. Amazon be having some cute shit. And this is good material. Like, this is gonna last me a long time. This ain't cheap. It's like real thick, like workout quality material. This is good material.
Make sure this dress stays down because it's windy. I'm about to end the one on my phone because it's going to die anyway. I think they do have other colors. I have a yellow one that's similar to this. I don't remember if it came with other color options. I have to look. But I know I have a yellow one that's real similar. The yellow one's bigger, so it's longer. But I like the yellow one a little better because this one I do have to be careful. Like the wind, like if it wasn't windy, it wouldn't be so bad. But the wind be blowing it up. The yellow one's a little bit longer. Yes, I used to smoke the papers, but the rose petals is better. I don't really like papers. I don't know what it is. I'm just not a papers girly, but this is perfect for me. I love it. And it's pink. It's so cute. Oh yeah, that's why I said closer. It's a North Stellar. Couldn't see anything. I have shorts underneath this. I don't have regular underwear. I have shorts on. Smoking Cali. Thank you. I swear, you gotta talk shit to the devil, bro. That's the key to this shit. You gotta put the devil in his place. And that's why y'all be thinking like, oh, God is mad at me. No, he's not, bitch. Especially when you know the devil cannot destroy you. Once you learn that the devil can't destroy you, that the person that's destroying you is God, then you have no fear. The devil has not done anything to you. God said, I let your enemies get you. They have my eye back all day. Well, the smoke session might be over till I get back in the get in the car soon. All right, so until I get back in the hotel. I know that's coming next. One thing about God, whenever people mock me about something, he brings it to me. Like, oh, watch this. All right, we're about to get off of this.